You're tuned in to Tailgate Talk, where the grill is hot, the drinks are cold, and the sports stories never stop. Hosted by DB Cooper and Itty Bitty Ute, and produced by Hollywood. Grab a plate, pull up a chair, and let's get this tailgate started.
Welcome back to the Tailgate Talk podcast, where the drinks are hot and the food is piping cold. I'm DB Cooper, alongside me, Itty Bitty Ute. On the ones and twos, behind the grill, the man with the extra large nut, Hollywood. How are we doing, fellas?
Living the dream. I love how
Should we name it?
That in there.
Should we name it?
Ed? I think it's got to be an Ed.
What about Mona? Mona?
Mona Lisa?
Dude, that's a sick name for a testicle.
What if we have to get rid of it? Shall I make it into a necklace that DB can wear?
Oh,
I would wear it. I would wear it. That's
Gold-plated.
something to definitely consider. I would definitely be interested in that. Well, awesome. It's been a great bye week for myself. I'm up at the lake, rejuvenated. I was up in the mountains all day. Spent all day yesterday under a blankie next to the fire watching football. Just a fabulous rejuvenation weekend for the boy. How about you two?
Good. Yeah. Lots of football. Nothing but college football Friday, Saturday, Sunday. In fact, an ode to Bills Mafia today. I've got the Wyoming Cowboys Bills Mafia nod, and I'm going all white
iced out
for the Bills jerseys tonight.
Do you have money on the Bills, or is it just?
I thought Bills were going to blow them out, so the money line was 7.5. I bought it up to 9, so it was even money. So we'll see. They're tied right now, 3-3, but keeping an eye on it.
All right. Well, our listeners will know if you won or lost that bet. That's exciting. Bills -9 for Hollywood tonight. Itty Bitty, how was your weekend?
Dude, it was incredible. It was one of the best weekends of the year. Maybe the best of the year. It was so good.
Really? Tell us more.
As you know, we had this golf tournament planned. DB ended up going to Bear Lake, and I was dreading playing in this golf tournament. Just because it was a bye week, I just wanted to be home with the family. The wife was like, hey, why don't we hang out a little on a weekend where there's no football going on? Bears were on a bye. Ended up getting rained out. Had a ton of rain here in Salt Lake. Daughter's soccer game got canceled. And so all we did was just like hang around the house, watch football, order some good food.
Oh, what'd you have?
A Korean Seoul restaurant by the house. I had Wingstop ready to go, but I pivoted and went with egg drop soup on a cold, rainy day.
Oh, that sounds delightful.
Yeah. It was an unbelievable day. So glad it got canceled.
So my twin brother lives out in Stansbury Park, and they got probably the worst of it. But they have this park in their neighborhood where the hills come down, and then there's this big grass field filled all the way to the top with water. And one of his neighbors got his four-wheeler out and was dragging wakeboarders all the way around. It was awesome.
That's incredible.
So they had quite the time out in Stansbury.
I saw that it was the most rain we've gotten since 1901.
Oh, it came down in buckets.
It was like a month's worth of rain in 24 hours. Crazy.
It's crazy.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, doesn't get better. I'm glad. I thought a lot yesterday while under my blankie next to the fire and looking out at the rain. How happy I was that it wasn't a home game and we weren't getting toasted at a tailgate. Those are rainy tailgates. Rainy, cold tailgates are the tailgates where you really find. There's two events as a tailgater where you find people that enjoy tailgating for like just the social aspect, and those that enjoy tailgating because it's like ingrained in them. And those two events are either A, like last year when we were absolutely horrible, or B, just an absolute downpour shit show. And we've had plenty of those tailgates throughout the years. They are tough. Everything's wet. You walk into the stadium wet and cold. You can't play cornhole because it's wet and cold. It's pretty much just everyone circled up in a circle jerk underneath a tent, watching games, freezing our asses off. That's when you find out really who's about it and who's just socially about it. But I was happy that we were on.
You know, last episode we talked about stadiums that we've been to, and you going through that gave me a flashback to when my older brother and I were at Levi Stadium for the Pac-12 championship against Oregon. Rained like crazy. We could not find an Uber to get back to our hotel that was like 2.5 miles away. We had to walk from Levi Stadium back to our hotel. And it was just like flashbacks when you were going through that. It was brutal.
But if we won, though, how fun would have that been?
Yeah, that's a whole different experience for sure.
Yeah.
My worst experience with that is also in California, and I mentioned it on the last podcast. My experience down at the San Diego Chargers old stadium when Utah was playing Northwestern a couple years ago. And like, you're in San Diego, and as a Utah, and I'm going to San Diego late December. I'm like, shorts and t-shirt. I mean, it sounds wonderful. And the first half was completely dry, and we were playing great. Just Jason Shelley was playing out of his mind. And then the second half, they kicked our ass, and it was a torrential downpour the whole entire time, and it was windy too. And I swear it was like nearly snowing, and I was in shorts and a t-shirt, just absolutely miserable. You were getting demolished. I thought I was going to be enjoying a nice sunny San Diego. So yeah, those are tough experiences inside the stadium. But definitely.
Speaking of tough experiences, I know we've got different things that we want to go over and cover, but and we can cut this out or we can do whatever. But I want to talk about the hate, the Cougs, because we talked a little bit about, if BYU beats West Virginia by X amount of points, we're going to hear nothing but. And then they didn't. And I just want to remind Coug fans, I put 4 units on you guys to cover, and you couldn't do the decent thing and cover. You let Rich Rod score a late fourth quarter touchdown to backdoor cover. And I know you guys are happy about it, but I don't understand the hate that Cougs have for little things like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's nothing I love more than the back door. First of all, the back door. It's if you haven't tried the back door on a bet, try it.
Do you like a sweat
DB
free
got
or
it twice.
back door?
I like sweat freeze.
Yeah, I mean, sweat freeze are one thing. Like, obviously, like, just not even worrying is just so nice. But, dude, nothing more thrilling. And I got 2 this weekend, so that was one of the things I want to talk about just in my bye-week experience. It was the weekend of the back doors. I got 2 of the best of my life, and nearly a third that would have been better than the other 2. The first was, as Hollywood mentioned, the West Virginia back door. My whole entire house up here at the lake was asleep. Mrs. DB too. I was watching the game in the room, and I yelled at the top of my lungs when Scotty Fox threw that dime to the corner of the end zone off the fake. He did the little fake quarterback power, brought it up, and just dimed him to the corner of the end zone. I let out the world's biggest yell, and Sister DB sat right up like, what the hell's going on? I was like, you won't understand, just go back to sleep. Unbelievable.
Let me ask you something real quick before you jump onto your next game.
Yeah.
Do you think Witt would have done anything different in a situation like that where Rich Rod, the game's out of hand, it's not going to be won, but he goes and gets that touchdown anyways, and then BYU goes down and they break a run free to get down to, I think, like the 13, 14-yard line. Do you think Utah goes for it and gets the touchdown, or do they take a knee? What was your thoughts on that? Because as soon as he broke that free, I was like, oh, maybe Kalani was upset with that, wants to, and I know coaches don't care about covering, but I just think if Witt has the mentality of, oh, you're going to play that game, we'll play it right back. And I had just a little bit tiniest of hopes that Kalani would do something like that. And sure enough, they get that first down and they take a knee.
I just about had a heart attack. I think that they were going to still try to score there, but they had like an illegal formation or a false start or something called on them. And then I think at that point where it's like 1st and 15, it's like, all right, let's just get out of here. But that long run, I nearly had the world's biggest heart attack.
I sent you my heart was like going off. My phone texted me, he's like, are you working out? What's going on here?
And then we didn't hear from you for 18 hours. I thought you had a
well,
heart attack
so let's
tonight.
cover that. Let's cover that.
Let's do it.
So I am not a huge fan. There's a group of guys that I golf with and we gamble with. And there's one guy in our text message group that without fail, the second he texts someone and says, congratulations, you won this. It's a lock. It's done. It's over. All hell breaks loose. And you turn around and lose your bet. I bet 4 units plus a $20 bet with Itty Bitty. And it's not a tiny bit of money. It was a lot of money. And 2-3 minutes left in the game, DB Cooper texts our group chat, congratulations, Hollywood, locked up. And I'm like, you son of a... That's what I was more pissed off than anything, because there's been things that you say like, hey, if you're going to text me your bets, don't text me just your winners, text like you have these standards. That's a big one for me. Like that drives me more crazy than anything else in the world when someone knows and does it anyways. And then not only am I pissed off that I lost
I feel like it's a little bit of a difference. Had I not had any money on the game, I think you would be in the right. It would have been a dick move. Like I've gotten mad at people for doing that as well. I'm trying to win a bet.
But you also know I'm trying to win a bet, and I'm trying
to win a bet, and I got to go to the first person I know that has the other side of me and congratulate him on a win that looks locked up. It looked like it was 99%. I didn't do it when it was, in the first corner. It looked locked up. I'm trying to win a bet. You were the only person I knew that had BYU minus the points with actual money on it, and I had to congratulate. I just wanted to congratulate my friend.
So, and right after Rich Rod sends him down to score a touchdown, I send Itty Bitty the Venmo. And then BYU busts it loose. I'm like, I reversed it. We're good. Ooh. And then
now let me ask you, Itty Bitty, would you have sent the money back?
No, I mean, once that money's there, it's there.
I honestly would. I could have cared less.
Yeah,
I could have cared less because I would have hit the other.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say when Holly was explaining that story, you know that clip of Mel Kiper when someone's talking about a player and he disagrees with, and he's sitting there like, that's what DB looked like, dude. We might need to find that clip and put it next to each other. That was hilarious.
I totally get where you're coming from on the jinx call, but I wanted to win a bet. I wanted to win a bet. All is fair in love and war. If I was a neutral party, that would be one thing. The other thing that I could have done, that would have kind of bothered me from your perspective. I had a half a unit on the game. You had 4.5 units. If West Virginia wouldn't have covered, and I would have complained to you about losing a half a unit, I would have been okay if you would have been upset with that. It's like you can't be upset about losing a half a unit. But I wanted to win half a unit.
Hey, everybody wants to win.
That's why we play the game.
Yeah. I gotta. Yeah, they're back.
The weekend of the backdoor covers, the other one I had was Alabama. Oh my gosh. We needed a field goal to cover.
I was on Alabama as well, so I got to be on that side of that one.
It
was
was
great.
it was remarkable. We needed a field goal on fourth down. They brought out the offense, and I think we all collectively watching the game went, "Oh, it's over." And then it was a sweep, and it was wide open, nobody in front of him to cover. And I think we probably all had the same fear. If he goes down on the one, because it would have just ended the game. If he goes down on the one, I'm going to punch the screen because there was nobody near him. And when he crossed that goal line, I went, I nearly ruptured my Achilles in celebration.
I went nuts too. My wife was like walking towards me down the hallway when the play happened. I pretty much tackled her, and we were just celebrating. We pretty much made a baby on the spot. But
Breaking
yeah.
news: itty bitty Ute number 3 on the way.
Yeah, number 3 on the way.
Wow, congrats!
I wish. I wish. Just kidding. I don't wish. Oh. Sorry, Mrs. DB. Or shit, itty bitty, whatever you want.
That's twice that you've gone, Mrs.
Listen,
dude, it's
coming out.
Wow,
it's the IBD. So like DB and IBD, it's just like.
Well, don't go IBD.
I know.
Just itty bitty.
I know.
That was a beautiful backdoor cover. The third one would have topped them all. I had Florida State plus 4.5, and it was a 25-point game with like 10 minutes to go. Florida State was down, and they nearly came back. Had a chance, but they kicked the field goal late to try to get another possession. And at that point, then we needed the onside and then a touchdown to win it. But if they would have just gone for the score instead of the field goal, would have been 3 for 3. It would have been the all-time weekend of the backdoor covers. But even getting 2 of them, I'm still – this is a betting weekend. And with all the circumstances, the rain, the blankie, the fireplace, nothing else to do but watch football, all the circumstances to get the weekend of the backdoor cover this weekend is a weekend betting-wise I won't forget for a very long time.
Yeah, it was a blast.
Tattoo the date?
Yeah.
I might.
On the back door?
Oh, man.
Ooh.
Oh.
All right. Well, I might be able to come up with something.
You won't
like
bleach
that.
it and do it. Our Jag watch.
Oh, yes, please.
He had 6 carries for 9 yards. 1.5 a carry.
Dude, the yards per gallon is going down.
Wait, his long was 5. So out of his 6 carries on one run, he got 5 yards. So the next 5 carries, he was able to get 4 more yards.
1-1-1.
Yeah, probably lost a couple.
Nice.
My tweet about him not being able to get playing time at Weber State is getting better and better every day. What is that? Chocolate milk?
This is Coke or Dr. Pepper Zero. Just a little splash of coconut creamer. It's good.
Can we talk about the cup?
Cup's sick.
Oh yeah, this is Bubba Gump. Little little mason jar, like a wine decanter. Or
You
a
know
wine
what?
glass.
Itty Bitty wants the smelling salts. Make sure I get that cup.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
It's written. I got 2 of them with
Okay.
your name on it.
Make sure your affairs are in order, please.
Yeah, we'll take care of Sister Hollywood still.
I would expect
course.
nothing less.
I'm glad you understand us.
It'll be like stepdads every other weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. Little Hollywood will have 3 Christmases instead of just 1. It'll be great for him.
Could we go over our national champions predictions from the beginning of the year?
Please, no. Brutal.
I'd prefer not to. Actually, Clemson looks better. Could
Yeah.
Clemson still make the playoffs?
They're 2-3 right now.
Yeah. But if they
I
win out,
think-
They'd have to win their conference.
if they
If
win
they go
9-3,
10-3, they would put it over 2 Big 12 teams for sure.
I think so too. Sorry, why don't you go over, remind the listeners who we each had for our
Before you do that, let's just I think going into the season, we looked at Itty Bitty's pick as like, oh, he's just saying that to stick it. That's the only pick that's looking actually legitimate of the 3 that we picked for the Heisman.
For the Heisman.
Yeah.
DJ Lagway might be back. Sorry, go ahead.
He was good, man.
I don't mean to keep hijacking, but
I think the Jag of the week for me, at least, is Archie. The dude sucks. He'd be a great Mountain West quarterback. But yeah, not good. But my boy Ratzliff, Tulane, it's looking good, dude.
Are they still winning? Good. I haven't even seen
Tulane. I heard about that. So one of my old colleagues, I was talking to him on Friday, and his daughter is at Tulane, and so they fly down there every other weekend to watch the football games. They live up in Illinois, and he's like, they call it Jew Lane because like 30% of the student body are Jews, and so I started laughing. But he's like, he's phenomenal. Like everybody loves the guy. He's a great quarterback. It's cool.
That's wild. In my Penn State natty pick, lost to one of the best teams in the country, in my opinion, UCLA, which was an insane game. I watched every single second of that game, and it was incredible. It just shows how important coaching is. If they had a decent coach, like, man, they should be 4-1 right now, or 3-1, whatever it is. So,
as in UCLA, not Penn State, correct?
UCLA, yeah.
Breaking news: coaching is important.
Breaking news.
Heard it here first on the Talking Tailgate podcast. Tailgate
For
talk.
those that don't think coaching is important, you're wrong. It is.
Yeah, it is. I loved seeing. Did you see Jerry Neuheisel getting carried off the field in celebration, and then his dad, Rick, in the studio celebrating as well, and like getting emotional and stuff. I loved that shit. That was so sick.
Yeah, that was awesome. He fits the LA mold, dude. So good.
Yeah,
it's a perfect fit there.
He's one of those guys that's like, I think he's around our age, late 20s, early 30s, I think. But he looks
your
like
age.
He's like 50.
Don't lump me in there. I'm an old guy.
Yeah, he's like mine and Itty Bitty's age, but he looks like Hollywood.
There you go.
The hair too.
Glass Half Ute made an interesting comment to me today. He said, every game but one we've dealt with rain so far, the Utes. Tech, it was more pregame, same with Wyoming. But it rained on West Virginia, it rained Cal Poly. The only one was UCLA. And now we're going to get rain at Arizona State. So, kind of interesting.
When did it rain in Tech?
Well, it rained on us all night.
Oh,
and
okay.
Pregame.
Okay.
And yeah, I don't know if it actually rained during the game, but
so I guess the fans have dealt for sure with rain.
Yeah,
at least.
And it's looking like rain on Saturday, right?
I think so. I'm hoping that changes. Wouldn't that be something? We finally get an 8:30 kick for a full day tailgating, and it rains all day.
Rains.
No,
it looks like it's supposed to rain all day Friday, Saturday, and the high is 63.
I do love that high. Any other thoughts for the weekend that you guys wanted to go over?
I think Cincinnati is legit. I think they're a contender for the Big 12 title.
Do you think that said more about Cincinnati or more about Iowa State? Especially now that you look at Iowa State's best win being Kansas State, and that's kind of looking worse and worse by the week.
Yeah, I know they just got banged up. Like, they lost their 2 starting corners. So I know their defense took a big hit. So I don't know. But
I think both teams might be closer to average teams than maybe we thought. We probably thought Iowa State was way further past average, and they're more coming down. And I kind of came into the season thinking Cincinnati was well below average, and I think that they're coming up. But I'm not like scared of Cincinnati, especially having them at home. I still think they're probably an average team.
Yeah.
They're all chasing BYU. I mean, that's the pinnacle of Big 12 right now. If you're looking at Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, the Harvard of the West. Go ahead.
I was just Iowa State's schedule is relatively easy. So they play Colorado, then they're home to BYU, and then they have another tough one against Arizona State at home. But then they got Oklahoma State and Kansas on the schedule. So like their schedule is looking like a 10-2.
It's gonna come down to the BYU Arizona State swing.
Yeah. Yep. And then Cincinnati, they got UCF, Oklahoma State, Baylor. They come to Utah. They got Arizona, BYU, and TCU. So
three tough ones at least.
Yeah, there's
3 tough ones.
8-4 maybe for Cincy.
Good thoughts. Anything else? I had one other that I wrote down. We've kind of already touched on it with the transitive wins. Which one was more impressive now looking back? Our transitive win over Penn State or our transitive win over BYU? As in beating UCLA and Penn State losing to UCLA and beating West Virginia by more than BYU beat West Virginia by. Which transitive win that we picked up this weekend is more impressive?
I'm going to go Penn State.
I would agree.
Nice. I agree.
For BYU fans that are listening to the podcast, that's completely sarcastic. Don't take this as we're trying to be serious, and this is really what we're thinking in our heads. Take a joke, take a breath, and calm down.
And
Good
we do
night.
We do have BYU fans that listen to this podcast. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, I love them. Look, I say this about every fan base. There's 15 to 20% of fans that ruin it for everybody else. The other 85% of fans, they're normal, regular people that can think logically and are just like
I disagree with that. I think BYU fans are only fans because of their religion, and they don't know sports. They don't know jack shit about sports. And I think Utah fans are the opposite. We actually know and care, and when it's 3rd and 1, we run the ball up the gut. And then the BYU fans at TV are like, why are we running up where there's so many people? It's like they don't understand football. They don't understand sports. They're idiots.
I do think it's somewhere in the middle. I think on a human level, we're all pretty much alike. It's probably like closer to like 10% of the fans ruin it for the majority. But on a sports fandom level, I think I think Hollywood, your comment is putting it that number is too low. And that tells me maybe you haven't been to a game in Provo in a couple of years. If you go to a game in Provo and you just look around and you go, man, these people are weird. And
drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, it's wild.
Last time I saw you in Provo, actually, me and Itty Bitty almost got absolutely pummeled.
Yeah,
we saw you pregame, and then we nearly got jumped by like 7 guys postgame.
That's a good story.
Much bigger than us.
Yeah,
should have called me.
And it was 2014, so like the cameras, everything on camera wasn't like out yet. Like we're kind of trending that way, but yeah, we would have got our ass kicked and no one would have known.
It was close. It was close.
Looking for a 5'5" to 5'8" white guy.
Yeah. New England just kicked another field goal. Bet's looking a little scary.
6-3?
6-3, yeah.
Bet's looking real scary.
Halftime.
Get him. Josh and the boys. So one thing that I did want to talk about was, I know it's bye week, so we're not at the tailgate, but we did some tailgating at the house this weekend. And I wanted to tell you, block of Colby Jack cheese, block of pepper jack cheese, a can of diced chilies, a can of Rotel roasted tomatoes and peppers, 1 block of cream cheese. Put that in a tin serving dish with tin foil on the top. Put it in the smoker. I had that in the Traeger at 180 for like 3 hours. Came back, stirred it up, cooked a pound of Italian sausage, chopped that thing up, poured it on the top, put it back in the Traeger, poured it on top, stirred that up. Some of the best queso that I've had in my life. Did a little bit of Stubbs barbecue seasoning on top to give it a little flavor. My kid says it's the best queso that they've ever had. And I know we talk a lot of sports on this, but we are a tailgating podcast. One of the best recipes that I found it on Instagram, but again, block of pepper jack cheese, block of Colby Jack cheese, 1 block of cream cheese, can of diced chilies, can of Rotel fire roasted peppers and tomatoes, and a pound of Italian sausage. Stir it together, put a little seasonings of your choice, but put that on the Traeger on low and just let that melt together. Oh, and man. I'm a big fan. So this is a question I have for you guys. When it comes to queso dip, Frito scoops are my all-time favorite. I don't like I like other kind of chips and stuff, but when it comes to queso, I love Frito scoops. I was going to ask you guys, do you have, like, when you go to dips, depending on the dip, do you have a certain chip that you like to go to?
I do think your Frito scoops is very underrated. It's a very good call, especially for queso where it's a little thicker, and if you have a thin chip, it's going to break a lot. Frito scoop you could pick up with concrete, or you could pick up concrete with the Frito scoop, and it's never going to break. So that's very, very good call. But I don't necessarily go specific on the chip based off of the dip. I do love. We had Don Julio tortilla chips all weekend with a little seasoning on them, and oh my gosh,
so good,
so good, so good. Do you have a go-to chip, itty bitty?
Not really. Whatever's in front of me, but like the Doritos nacho cheese with queso is also really good.
Yeah.
Oof. With queso, I like that. A couple things I want from that, Hollywood. I appreciate you sharing that with us. Can I ask for a couple things? The next time you know that you're going to be able to make a tailgate, can you maybe make that the day before or the morning of, bring up when we heat it up at the tailgate?
Yeah, I'll bring it on Saturday.
Whew.
So we've got our games at 2:15 out in Harriman or out in Draper, but we should be done by 4, and we're going to go straight to the game after. So I'll load that up, or I might even cook it the night before, and whenever you guys are planning on heading up, I'll just have you swing by the house and pick it up.
Might be a good call. Put it on the cooler and then heat it up once you're close to getting there, because we can't dig into it before you get there for sure. Okay. The other thing that I want from you, the next time that you make it, if you can you shoot 5-second videos? You know, you put in the first block of cheese in 5 seconds. You put in the second ingredient in 5 seconds. You put in the sausage in 5 seconds, and make a video of you making this. Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Easy content.
Okay.
Those two things I would love, but especially a little bit at the tailgate that we can show off as well, because that sounds unbelievable.
Oh, it's so good. My kids have had a lot of different dips. My brother makes one with Velveeta cheese. It's a little creamier. It's really good. But they're like, oh, this was the best queso ever.
It feels so good when you talk about queso.
All over and over and again. You know
Bow,
what breakfast?
bow, bow.
Ow. Till the night banger, dude. Banger. Hey, there was a shout out to our when it rains on your wedding day on a space the other night. And so
Oh, yeah?
we got an incredible shout out from a bunch of people, and they were listening to the song all week because of our podcast. So I thought it was
dope.
pretty funny.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
And that was, for the listeners out there, all organic. That was not something that we prepared ahead of time. Itty Bitty just started dropping lyrics, and we just
picked it up.
rolled with it.
Yep.
That was back when he actually gave 122% before his return.
That was right before it all went really downhill for a week for the boy.
We're back. We're back, though.
We're back.
Yeah.
I feel good about this, fellas. I don't have anything else. Do you have anything?
No.
No, lock in.
Okay.
It's time to grind, get back to work.
Yep. Let's lock in. Appreciate everyone listening. This has been Tailgate Talk Podcast. It's episode 14. Appreciate you listening. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share with a friend. Until next time, go Utes.
That's it for this episode of Tailgate Talk, hosted by DB Cooper and Itty Bitty Ute. Produced by Hollywood. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share with your tailgate crew. Join us next time for more sports talk, food, and fun. Until next time, keep the grill hot and the stories hotter.